back. This is Rugby Connect 256. I'm Shakira Muhammad, aka Mama Warriors, with my colleague
Dokas Mundua, here to bring to you all the juicy details from the last weekend of rugby.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was lovely. My weekend was very lovely. Rugby field. How was yours?
Saumu. I was home, basically. I tend to move out from rugby during Saumu days.
But you follow up with what's happening.
What's happening? I have to follow up with full time, yes. So, what are we starting with today?
Men's rugby. Men's rugby. This weekend, over the men's rugby, I heard there was this announcement. But Union apparently Union apparently communicated. This is something I saw on Twitter. Union apparently communicated with clubs to have no funds for the remaining 4 games. That's last weekend and then the next 3 games. No funds at clubs. I think it's something to do with the COVID and SOPs. I'm not sure really.
Yes.
But it must.
It must be, basically. Why would be the reason?
Apparently only 2 clubs have officially announced it. Only Impis announced it on their all social media. They actually did an official announcement. Even Ginger Hippos.
What about the rest of the teams? Are we on the same page with them?
I think they still have not yet understood they're supposed to announce. Simani.
How are the fans taking this?
First ask me, I tell you. Meanwhile,
you as a fan, how are you taking this?
As a fan, I'm not taking this very well because we do not really have a media center in rugby that live streams games.
We don't have.
And yet you need to see what's happening. You need to feel the game.
You need to feel that game. You need
so
to
at the end of the day,
really
if you're not watching it live and there's no one streaming it, it's like they've chased us away from the sport. Because now we have to wait for Uganda.
Remember, rugby is not so much sold in Uganda.
Yeah.
Very few people know about rugby.
And there is no big media house that's willing to do the live stream for all the 5 games at the same time. So if you're to get a live stream online, you're probably going to find only one game from Chadondo or from Legends. You will not find a game from Entebbe.
Of course, it will be Chadondo or Legends.
Exactly, you won't find a game from Entebbe,
from
Kings Park, or even
Ginger. Or the Gulu guys.
Exactly.
So we need. I don't know how other fans are taking it. As a fan, I'm not liking it.
I'm not really comfortable
with it.
So it was effective last weekend. That's when Impis and Ginger Hippos put out their announcement. However,
Impis had people.
I don't know if the fans have not yet read or they are still on strike like Minga. They've not yet accepted it is happening. But anyway, Impis full house. To let them not let me explain why Impis had full house. So in other news from Impis still. So I think that was the only game which had a kickoff which was late. They began 40 minutes late.
Whom were they playing?
Why so confused and watching with
Whom were they playing first?
Impis and Buffaloes. Buffaloes had
why the late kickoff?
No ambulance apparently.
Kambuze ng'omusiru. Munansonyiwa. Ambulances zisujudde mu Kampala.
What I don't get is how a game was arranged because none of these games is Kagwirao. Fixtures were released much earlier. Teams had time to plan. So I don't know if funding was released, but
an ambulance for that game.
I know teams had time to plan. So Monange no ambulance.
It was Impis hosting. Maybe they had exams. I don't know. Makerere boys.
But at the end of the day, that really disorganized the game because they began 40 minutes late, which is like a full half.
That's a full half. Because
by the time they were doing kickoff, most clubs were nearing halftime. So they are really behind. But anyways, even after it started, the game was actually lively. It was hyped up.
And then I had the ref.
What happened?
What happened?
At it now, COVID. Bambi, Savio get them.
What happened? Did you scream the previous night?
During the game.
What happened? Did you scream during the game? Did you scream the previous
during
night?
The game, when the referees changed, I actually didn't understand what had happened. But then later, information was released from. I just had it moving around that the problem was the voice went.
Did he give a reason why the voice went? Because I want to know. I want to understand how can a voice go. You as a ref who's using a whistle to blow for the game.
But anyway, when the game started, there was a bit of too much tension. Impis began with some energy. So there was the first 20-30 minutes had a lot of how do I say it? A lot of kale pace, eh? So I think maybe the ref was maybe over talking or over participating in the game verbally. Oh, why? I'm giving excuses. Good. Nkwata mpolo sanga nesenyiga yabaddalumu omusajja mpola Shakira.
Nabe tuli barade ne dobozi tukyali na.
Why eryo liri against. So anyway, the ref was.
Did he allowed to be substituted?
Yes, the ref. Now we allow it to be substituted. The ref, yes, he was changed. The second ref came on and he did a good job. Now, talking of substitutions, Kati, nange ku impis.
On ambulance 256.
After the ambulance was not there and it came late. Meanwhile, in ambulance, I thought we were going to let an motoka ya mirambo. But at some point I really waited for that car. Anyway, they bought an ambulance for real in the end.
But so after that ambulance, was it an ambulance or it was just a shell of an ambulance?
Actually, it was.
Did it have?
However much they came late, they were organized. But even if they were late, they still were organized, so they were able to like you don't really complain too much.
You can't complain.
Because
at least we have showed up. We have showed up.
Now, on the point of accepting to be substituted, they call for a sub for the Buffalo's captain. What did I chance? Captain Gaga no Fuluma. Imagine anyway, he played
Buffaloes,
the full game.
What's the problem? What was the problem, Buffaloes?
I think Captain felt he was fit. He was like one. He refused.
He
like
refused.
Real refused.
Sinakowa. I came to play.
He played the full 80 minutes. Anyway, his performance was not bad though.
We need to invite Captain one of these days
to explain to us.
Explain to us.
Does that constitute for indiscipline at some level? I don't know. Can it be made
I'm trying to say it should, because you can't argue with your coach.
I think so.
You're a player, you can't argue with your coach. If coach has said
time off,
let's change. Others also need to play. Maybe he has seen a fault in you somewhere. Maybe you're tired.
Or maybe you're not delivering.
When what he's expecting. So he has to pull you out a bit and talk to you and put someone else.
I try to think about it, but anyway, I'm not sure. But it could constitute for indiscipline at some level.
At some level, it has to.
I think so. So anyway, besides that, he finished the 80 minutes. He really refused to get out. But then the game was in their favor. After I think 30 minutes into the game, towards the end of first half, Impis Yakoi. So when Impis gets tired, it's Buffaloes which dominated most of the game. Their performance was not good. I'm going to be honest about this. Buffaloes did not put up a good show as usual. This is not the Buffaloes we saw with Pirates the other weekend, or the Buffaloes we saw with Rams the other weekend. No, they were not. It wasn't exactly. I've seen better. But then, even in the mediocre play, they still dominated the game. So I think now Impis, the question is, Impis, what is the problem? Because I feel like Buffaloes played so lightly this time round.
That Impis would have won the
game. Impis actually had a lot of time. Meanwhile, speaking of winning the game, they actually had a lot of penalty kicks, Impis. But their kicker kept missing. Meanwhile, their kicker is Stallone, the guy who was playing for Buffaloes the other season. Now,
but that guy is a good kick.
Thank you. Same thing I was thinking. So I don't know what is happening.
On the penalties, how many went through?
There were maybe two. There were two which went through because the game ended 18-6. So I do not know what went wrong, because I've always known Stallone to be a good kicker. So I think maybe there's something disorganized with Impis. Impis, check yourselves. Buffaloes didn't give you a show and you still didn't put it up. I also felt they had a bigger benefit because the ref really tried to notice everything Buffaloes was doing wrong to give Impis a chance. Bambi ref tried also to pull up for Impis, but still
Impis refused to see that.
I'm telling you. Okujayeyo, you had updates from Warriors.
Buffaloes Impis tuveyo kati.
Maybe was Katemba.
That was Katemba. Katemba we are ref. Substitute.
Nada ref bakiyambi yakiriza eyaganye yabadde captain wa Buffaloes.
Edobozi lyagenze ng'akola ki?
Bibuuze empola.
Tetujja byogera, maybe ekiro yasuze mu gundi. Tugende mu maaso. Tukyali awo. I don't know what's wrong with Warriors.
Hey, yes, Mama Warriors, tell us.
Man, Mama Warriors.
What happened?
I don't know what's wrong with my boys.
What happened?
We don't want to win, or we are allergic to winning.
But, well, despite the fact that they don't want to win, at least their scores tried.
I'm shocked.
The fact that there were some scores shows maybe they tried to play a bit.
I'm shocked that even some boys of mine that scored.
the fact that there were some scores shows there was a bit of an improvement, even if there was no win. But
23-13. Pull
Warriors, how do you want to end the season? You want to end the season as representing
over. Let's pull up our socks, please. If there's any problem within that team, as a team, sit down and talk about it as a team.
Because Warriors can actually do much better. There is a season where Warriors was taking us speed. That was the super season. But then the Warriors took us speed. That is the time when they won that.
You weren't keeping up with them?
I'm like, what is happening? What is happening?
Who won? Warriors won.
Hey.
No, this time I think
Warriors actually has been very good before. So I wonder
it has been good. It has nice players. We have players.
This season.
Please, this season, what is happening? Can we pull up our socks? Do we need a team building? If we need it, please sit down with your coach, talk about it. I believe these team buildings are the ones making the Cobs guys, the Pirates, the Ginger Hippo guys,
the highest. But you see the teamwork, eh?
They have
like when they're playing, you really see they are fighting. But Warriors,
I feel like Warriors to chabula munyonyo. We need teamwork, especially off the pitch. On the pitch, we need teamwork.
Regardless,
we move on.
Exactly.
Regardless, we move on.
Yeah. So, Cobs Mongers, that was in Entebbe. That one I didn't watch it, but then I heard Cobs did it. Cobs killed it. It is not representing this season. Cobs is participating fully in the league, I tell you. So, Warriors.
Where Amani beats Gonzas.
So, mutamumanya.
Today Entebbe.
Back in Entebbe. Cobs did it. Cobs really did it. Apparently they were top notch. They gave Mongers a run for their money. Like, first of all, one thing, I find it a shame to be beaten from home. But anyway, Mongers did not put up a fight at all.
They believed?
No, they did not put up a fight. Apparently, they were not mentally available from the beginning of the game. It's like
but Mongers
game badging, Cobs by the way intimidates. There's a way.
Mongers were Bakuba, that's the excuse. One or Juicy. Baba Kubida no legends where they were playing. They were
not ready.
They were Pirates. Yeah, Pirates.
No, when that was at Kings Park when they played Pirates.
Mongers were playing at Legends.
It was Rhinos. Yes, that was Rhinos. That was last weekend.
Rhinos never Kuba.
They were not mentally ready.
We are not mentally ready.
They had not been prepared.
We weren't been preparing at the pitch is not ours, so we don't have to.
But Entebbe was theirs. This time.
So I'm wondering if Entebbe was theirs and they are not mentally ready. What is ready to them?
Why? Mongers who are watching, comment down below. Comment down below. We shall get back at you. Anyways, what is they were mentally unavailable for the game. But Cobs has a way they intimidate. Cobs are very organized. I don't know. I'm not a Cobs fan, but I'm not a Cobs fan.
But you're organized.
Honestly speaking,
but
Cobs
you're
organized. They've been really organized this season.
Throughout the lockdown, Cobs has been organized.
I think they've had a good team bonding.
They have
they have proper chemistry on.
What's the secret behind Watugambe? If it's about
Cobs and you mock to know it, like when you're watching rugby, let me tell you, that's one game. I can weigh my options. I'm like, should I walk the other side now, man? I had Cobs. And you mock to know it. There's just the way their organization intimidates. But I think Mongers yati debuti. When they saw the uniform and they were like blackout.
Basically.
And then Cobs, the park was very well organized. The park dominated. That's the front line. They dominated. That was scrums, line-outs. Basically, the park was very organized. That you would think Mongers did not have forwards. Mongers was representing. There is representing and participating. Mongers were representing. Participating.
All this, you'll still catch us at Rugby Connect 256. That's on YouTube.
Yes.
Twitter.
Yes.
And Facebook. And Instagram as well. So all that Rugambo, please, those who are following us, we ask for share the link to other friends and everything, and comment down. We want to know your views and everything so far.
Back to the Entebbe game. Apparently the Cobs, their open play was good. They were playing fast rugby. They were like good pace. They were moving really, really fast.
And that thing of Tukuba together.
Yeah, they were like passing really fast. They had good offloads. They were moving really, really fast. Mongers, who had already blacked out, could not keep up with their pace. Anyway, this directly even reflected in the scores because it ended 66-12, which shows you how fast the other team was for the other one.
Yeah, Cobs always, it's 66, 60,
Yeah,
65.
There is a way Cobs is taking us by goal difference. This man,
I don't understand the 60s.
There's this goal difference they are doing.
It's too much. It's too much. They should reduce the pace we catch up.
They had domination throughout the game. They had the biggest possession. Maybe we shall post that on our social media to call like for injuries. Actually, we're going to do like a post about just injuries from all the teams.
Maybe that would be the reason why. Would that be the reason why they weren't mentally?
No, but the injuries came in during the game. So which means I really don't know.
We don't know about that.
I can't say much.
You can't say much about that.
Exactly. But besides that, yeah, the Cobs really, really did it. They did it. They finished it. During second half, Mongas tried to pick themselves up. That's when they did. They got the 12.
Yeah.
Mongas did not score any try. No
penalties?
Tries. It was a drop kick. And then
how many drop
penalty.
kicks? One.
There was a drop kick, then penalty kicks. They didn't score any try. So their backline tried to pick up, but
it was hard paper.
Cobs had taken them already. Man of the match of that game was Aredo, and his kicking was 100%. Conversions, chikumi ku chikumi, chezamu iseko. Penalty kick, chikumi ku chikumi. Nkugambye, chabadde wali Cobs well done.
Talking about man of the match, I had Mbu in the Warriors game.
Yes.
Apparently, man of the match was the captain from Gulu Elephants. But we are playing Rhinos. Mbu. Naye bagangambye bugambi Mbu. Ate naye agangambye naye agambye Mbu.
This is Lugambo 3rd degree.
This is Lugambo.
Anyway, what was the Mbu? Please, if Mbu is correct, down below in the comment section.
Man of the match. Warriors, Rhinos. He was captain. Gulu Elephants.
So he's not a participant of the two teams. Anyway, so the men's rugby seems to be very entertaining this weekend. It was very entertaining. There was rugby in Ginger. Like we said, Ginger is one of the teams which announced that for them they want no fans. I'm not sure about the feedback of if fans showed up or not. That much I don't know.
We shall.
But with Ugandans, they must have shown up.
We shall put our cameras that side and we shall see if they also allowed about it.
I bet Ginger na Uganda. Uganda by name I'm sure they were fans. Musoga bambi temunyiga Musoga. That's why she's talking.
That's why I'm talking. I know I come from there.
So anyway, yeah, Heathens had traveled there. They actually, one thing I've liked with the way games are set up, when you go to Ginger, you begin earlier than the other games to give them time to come back. Because if you're starting as well at 4, Bandi Suzeyo. Anyway, yes, Heathens represented very well. Chad Dondo, Bawangu Day. Yes, the man of the match from that side was Aaron Ofoiroth. Well done. Pirates hosted Rams. That was in Bulgaria. As usual. As usual. As usual. As usual,
it's okay.
Warriors and Rhinos, yes, we've talked about those.
With so 23-13.
Those were the 5 games from the men's league this weekend.
Then 2 guys scored.
That was
Gabriel Aredo and Erasmus Aredo.
That was in the Warriors game. So female rugby is back. It's
she crazy.
I don't think the league for women, not even league, it is tens.
It's
rugby
tens rugby.
Yes, rugby tens is back.
And it's in regions.
Yeah, it's Central,
Eastern region, and Northern region.
There's that region which is not participating.
What's the
Abeyo, they are not participating.
Could it be why?
Please let us know.
The
people
why.
who understand it.
People understand that
because
it's what's the excuse? Culture.
What I've heard so far is it's something to do with culture. I think they don't accept their ladies in sport. I'm not sure, but it's cultural related.
We know we dig as women, but please.
People who know better, please comment down below. Tell us, inform us. But I know Western is not participating. There are 3 regions: Central, East, North.
Central, Eastern, and Northern. Yes.
So Central plays on Sunday because of the men's league.
Yes.
Men's league is on Saturday. Central plays on Sunday. But then the other two regions Saturday because their leagues are off for the men.
Yes.
So in Central, dominating at the moment is the Black Pearls. That's Pirates girls. They're the ones dominating in Central.
Okay.
For the female rugby, it's now been 2 weekends. That was not yesterday, but the other weekend. That's when they came back. Then this weekend is when they had their round 2
with Thunderbird.
There have been fixtures. There's quite a number of teams playing. It's like, tens how it's like sevens. All the teams play on the same day. Yeah. So with female rugby is back. You just watch out from the next vlog. It's called the vlog. From the next vlog, we are going to come here action-packed
for the
women rugby. Yes.
We are going to tell you who is who
won where, woman of the match. Because at the end of the day, we are trying so hard.
And then we shall tell you all these other teams where they generate from.
Actually, you can just for now you can read out teams.
I'm seeing so many names. I'm seeing Nyondo. That is Eastern region.
Yeah, that's Eastern.
I'm seeing Bugema, Mbale, Eagles, Nyondo. Then there is Bumagini. I think that's
Eastern region actually has a number of teams. I was surprised at how much rugby is growing. They actually have rugby. It's growing because by the time now Mbale has
Mbale Eagles.
Yeah, but also by the time they have a women's league, like Baina teams Zabachala, that shows you that rugby will be akula. They are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 teams: Bugema, Mbale Eagles, Nyondo, and Bumageni. So yeah, Eastern region is growing but rugby is generally growing in the East because now from the East, that's why we also have these ginger hippos. Now Mbale Eagles has been growing. It's just that this season has not. They've not yet had the chance to shine because they've not yet made it to the big league. But they also have Mbale Eagles, which has been doing well. Now they also have women. Eastern region, well done.
Applause.
Very well done, for real. Because to be but if rugby is growing, it's not something small.
Then in the northern, we have Kitogomo Queens, Adeku Tigers, and Gulu Sprinters. Then Rila Matrix.
There are also 4 teams from Gulu.
There are also 4 teams.
Even Northern Uganda.
When we come back home here in the central,
that is where teams
you have Avengers,
Lady Swans, use Black Pearls,
Black Diamonds, Accra, Blue Whales,
teams with a festival. There are actually many teams, but rugby is really growing generally. It's really growing generally.
So
if anyone has information,
we shall tell you all about these other teams
Uganda.
Because some teams are usually attached to the men's league sometimes.
Yeah, I know Black Pearls is Pirates. I know Thunderbirds is Chadondo. But
we shall be telling you all
We shall
about
actually tell you
about
who is
these
attached
women's
where.
teams, who is attached to where, their home grounds maybe,
Yeah.
and how they started up maybe. If
Yeah,
we
actually,
try to get that
we
information
can actually do a vlog whereby we talk about the history
of the
women's teams.
yeah.
Like you do like a real proper background
about it, where it started from, like
yeah,
especially
where
in
it
Uganda.
started from, what's their home field, which male team are they attached to, that kind
Who
of.
inspired them?
Yeah,
Who inspired the women? Like, how can a woman just sit? You know, rugby, this is how it's sold outside. When you talk about rugby, they will tell you,
that's true.
so when you say
omuzanyo gw'abalwana.
ogw'abalwana,
So when you say women's rugby,
one person sometimes asks me, nambuza, nemulinayo yellow card?
mbuki abantu beekuba nnyo.
Nagamba lwaki? Nagamba ati ndaba mwekuba naye teri gwe bawa red yellow. Nagamba mwezirino ate ziwera nga wona okoze eki? Awo omukuba nga talina mupiira ate oba onkubira ki nga sirina mupiira? Ngenda okuwa red, genda otuuleko mu mpisa zo zirobooze.
Nebyo no tuyijja obiyigiriza what causes these cards to come up.
So we want to promote rugby basically.
Mostly female rugby. That's where we want to start putting an emphasis from the next
so
vlog.
that women out there, if you think of, you want to join a sport,
you can also think
and
of
rugby. You go wesiga, you go like my people from Kabale there. Hey,
people from Kabale have the energy. But whoever, please, if you have information about what's happening
about the West,
in the West,
where
let
they
us
have.
know. So whoever has information,
please come forward. We want to know these cultures that are stopping Westerners to join rugby.
First of all, like you've talked about it, people from Kabale, I feel like they would put on very beautiful. They would have very beautiful rugby. I think all regions should be, even anyway, Southern is more central as well, because those are Banamasaka, so they count as central to one extent.
Yes,
but
that's so central.
Western is the one which is completely out, which is not good.
All
regions.
People, let's present home.
But then also, Chenda was Ezako. There's like sponsors in rugby, like people who
come forward and.
Yeah, like not just also sponsors, but like people who motivate.
So
I think they maybe should do like a camp in Western Uganda, especially like schools. They are the easiest to target, to talk to. These are young minds which are willing to try. So maybe there can be camps which are done in schools in Western Uganda, which promote the sport.
Schools are big, you can come there.
There are so many big schools in Western Uganda.
The land is there.
So I think even there is land to like maybe construct a field or something like that. So I think maybe they should do camps in schools, because if you start in schools, 2 years from now there will be teams, there will be clubs.
Clubs outside.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because everyone will be like, that school has a team of rugby.
Yes, and then there will be proper clubs.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's also something, because I realized that in Eastern Uganda, they do like an age grade system. There's like tag rugby, touch 1, touch 2, then the main the main sport. Even in Gulu, there's this actually quarters thing where they are doing like camping and training the young people to join the sport.
Because those are the young generation of tomorrow. If these old guys are done, we have these young ones coming.
So
up.
if they could do the same thing in Western Uganda, give it 2 years. Not even need 5. 2 years.
Rugby would have caught up in ladies.
You leave alone even catching up. They will be winning
properly. Kabale is winning Kampala. So
I think that has been basically it from last weekend. Saturday and Sunday's rugby. Saturday was men.
Yeah. Sunday
we had the women in Central. That was basically what happened.
National team, yeah.
Oh yeah, there was something about national team.
Yeah, it came back from Dubai.
Yeah.
We didn't win, but we had 2 wins. We won Spain and...
we finished in 4th place. Was it 4th or 5th?
5th, I think.
Yeah, 5th, because Kenya was 4th.
Yeah. So we won Spain and Japan. Yay.
Yeah. But there's no one as positive as Shakira. Shakira, even if you win 1 game, she will forget all the losses.
I would forget all the losses.
And she'll be excited for that 1 win.
It counts. My boys, it counts. You have played.
Anyway, you're right. So what is happening with the national team?
So the national team, apparently, they're going for training camp. That's in SA. Yeah, so
that's the sevens again, eh?
I think it's just a training camp. I'm not sure they're going to play or something, but I think it's training for them. So it's better. I think the other side, they meet other teams maybe.
Which
and
is good exposure.
Exposure. So
from the way we played in
I
Dubai,
think
you could see Bachabula.
Bachabula.
Anyway, me, I don't blame them for failing in Dubai because COVID affected sports too much in Uganda. One for a fact is other countries during this lockdown period. There's a way teams continued with training.
And they had all the equipment in there.
Yeah, and then there is a way teams were doing like minor friendlies, not the big leagues. So players...
Kenya pumped in money in their teams, both women and men.
So
and
players
went to
kept fit. One for a fact is, I can say this from Kenya, they are like, their Kenya sevens team is really, really big. They're like two teams, 3 teams. That's they're actually
big.
They
have variety to choose from.
They have like two teams, so they were able to do like friendlies against each other, which prepared them. Even the more developed countries, their teams were like doing friendlies. I am not blaming players.
No, I don't blame players.
I'm not. Because I saw when players came back, there was
to players. Push it to your coaches. Push it to your manager. You're a player. You know what you want. So if you sit down in those meetings, they are calling you. They'll not for them to
don't just
squeeze
go to
you
Kitgum and have fun.
And
don't just go and have fun.
They went to Captura for team building.
And Ginger.
Ginger, yes. Yeah. Don't go to have fun.
Push it to
another level. Like, can we have like a national team to play another team here?
Exactly, like more friendlies to prepare the team. Because one thing I realized was all through COVID, the sevens team was
training.
The Ugandan one was off for some good time. Players were on their own personal training, which also becomes hard at some point.
Because
they don't have the exposure.
Someone today will afford to come to train.
They don't also have the exposure for an actual game. They didn't have like proper preparation, which had been happening with other countries.
Yes.
So when the boys went there, you could see Babulamu. Yes, people roasted them on social media. People said Mwatu Swaza, but no, Temwatu Swaza players who did not embarrass us at all. I'm pushing this to the management. I'm pushing this to the management, with or without a lockdown. There should be a small arrangement for the national team to not stop practicing, not stop playing. National teams should never stop.
You know when you're exposed
even
to
if it's a 2-year lockdown, national teams should never stop. Because when it ends, there is going to be a what? A tournament.
The big guy might hear you and say, okay, lockdown.
Don't hear me. But yeah, for me, I don't say players went wrong. I think it was a bit more on the management end.
They tried their best.
If the management can rectify that and always make sure national teams keep playing even during those seasons of break,
they can get
have training.
Yeah, they're like,
they can also do like training. There's that kind of bonding.
Can we play against each other?
It helps.
A national team with another team.
Anyway, Tuveyo, they are going for a camp in South Africa, which is going to be good exposure. And at the end of the day, that exposure, I really hope reflects.
It will reflect
on the next tournament they go for, whenever that will be.
So that was it about the weekend rugby. What happened, what didn't happen, who did what, and all the Rugamo we gave you. So next weekend fixtures are out. Warriors, we are playing Rams. Buffaloes, we are playing Rhinos, I think. That's 1st May. Warriors, pull up your stockings, please. Warriors, we need this game. Rams haven't won any game, and I'm not seeing people bubbling for them. They're bubbling for us a lot, but we need that win. Can we beat the Rams and we put them in their place? I don't know. We can do something better, right? Let's do something better. So apart from the Warriors and the Rams, then the Buffaloes and Rhinos, we have Mongas Heathens. Then we have Impis Cops, then Pirates and Hippos. Those are the fixtures for next weekend. Catch up with them. However much they have said we no fans, but we shall try and not be there. If we have your money, don't try and be home. Just show Ugandans we love the game and everything.
Shakira has given us the fixtures, but as per the week 7, we have the match day table standings. That is Betway Corps is leading. As always, they are taking us speed. This league, they have taken us speed. Betway Corps is leading. That's 33 points. The Black Pirates with 30 points. Heathens with 29 points. Then there is Ginger Hippos, Plascon Mongers, Toyota Buffaloes, Rhinos, Impis, Rams, and Warriors. Warriors and Rams Mwedeko. This table can actually Warriors Mwedeko. This table can change and do the other way around. They let Rams also fast come code down. Rams, I don't hate you, but Warriors Mutu Swazi Zanyo at the end. Banange full league number 10. So anyways, those have been the table standings for match day 7. As that is there, we have had good friends of rugby contribute towards rugby. And that was in the past week. There was Akena Foundation, Akena Ronald Foundation, which donated to Uganda Rugby Union in northern Uganda. Akena Foundation donated rugby balls, it donated clothes for the referees, it donated... generally, it gave back to rugby. You know, we've been talking about how rugby is growing in these rural areas, that's in eastern Uganda, northern Uganda, but it is a beauty to know that there are foundations and organizations out there in these, what we look at as rural areas, that are actually really putting into the sport and promoting the sport so much. So Akena Ronald Foundation, you have done us good in rugby. These are the kinds of things which are supposed to grow the sport, make the sport bigger. And I really wish more of these foundations would keep funding sport in these rural areas until you do not know the difference between sport in Gulu or sport in Kampala. Like when it is rugby, you can know that a team from West Nile or a team from northern Uganda or a team from eastern Uganda can show up as strong as a team from Kampala. That has been it for the Rugby Connect 256 of this week, where we're giving you what happened during the rugby of 24th and 25th April. That was last weekend, and we've given you a heads up on the fixtures for 1st May, which is this next weekend. It was lovely having you join us on today's show.
You can join us on YouTube, Rugby Connect 256, or Twitter, Rugby Connect 256. Facebook, Instagram,
we are on
Rugby Connect 256.
Social media platforms.
And please follow, comment, be part of the conversation. We want to know what you think about the show, about the teams you have spoken about. Any information you have that you need us to talk about. Come forward to us. Don't get scared. We won't mention out your names or whatever. It's Rugambo section basically. So thanks for watching.
This show will be airing on our YouTube channel, that is Rugby Connect 256. Please subscribe to the show. That's going to be every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Subscribe to the show, and like it, share, hit the notification button, so that on Wednesday, in case you don't scan it, it's like, you just see like a notification up and you know, hey, the girls are back. So I am Dr. Mundo, and that was it today.
I'm Shakira.
See you next time.